The first time when I start riding, right, I was like, wow, it's like a whole new different thing on the road. Because when you are driving, right, it kind of like you contain in a box. So it's like nothing, it's just driving something that is moving you forward. But when riding my motorcycle, right, you have like the wind rushing through, then you feel the speed, when you ride fast. So sometimes you can imagine like all the MV style, the feeling, yeah. My name is Candy. I am 23 years old. I turned my passion and interest of motorcycle into a business.
嗨，我是 John Fu， 我今年54岁，新颖是我的女儿。
So initially I started riding is because I wanted to have a common interest with my husband. So I went and took my license. Now I'm quite passionate in it. So I actually participate in like different kinds of motorcycle related sports.
At the time, 他懂你有去 race 吗？
他不懂，就有时候我回来受伤，然后他就安静静就没有讲我吧，心里懂啦。所以很多时候
心里会知道，会有一点生气的，但是我表面上我也不会说很多啊。
我们两个来冷战，但是过了来几个月这样，然后开始又讲话说，哎呀，你驾摩托你小心一点，这样子会跟我讲啦。
讲来讲去还是开车比较安全的。
我讲现在你考虑了，因为女儿都驾。
现在我也考虑了，没讲了。
At the beginning, right, when I was riding that period, we don't have much people that is selling like motorcycle accessories. So me and my husband was like, why don't we try and sell it? We have to save up like $200 to start like running this thing. Actually, the business, right, usually is more male dominant. I actually do get a lot of like doubts when they come over. They will ask like, oh, so you own this shop? Oh, so it's actually your parents gave you money, but I'll still work hard on my end lah. So one day results will prove also. Can I help? Which CC are you looking at? Brand new or second hand? 2B, 2A? I think it was about close to 2 years working part-time. I was going to graduate soon, I think 6 more months. That's where I decided that, I have an opportunity set in front of me. If I were to put in full-time for these 6 months, I can actually create something more than just graduating from poly. A few of my friends, they were like, don't quit lah. So that is where I told them that this 6 months is more crucial than graduating. So it's like really go big or go home. Still young, just go for it lah.
他读到一半放出来，我肯定会有点生气啦。他们讲嘛，因为我希望他们读多点书。但是转回来讲，他们能够这样的想法，我也是支持他们。为什么？因为懂得创业，我很开心啦。毕竟女孩子在外面也要闯一闯，也要尝试不同的那个环境啦。
I recently just gave birth, so 1 month later I actually went back to try to help because I still feel that we are still very young in the business, so there's a lot of things that we need to like oversee ourselves. Soon after I actually started school again, I went back to study, want to graduate, so I didn't have a lot of time. I was like feeding him every 2 to 3 hours, so I didn't get any proper sleep. So it's just like really very tired. So I'll ask myself, why did I do this to myself? Am I gonna make myself comfortable or uncomfortable? I think being too comfortable makes me lazy. Yeah, so I made myself in an uncomfortable state. So when there's like difficulties coming up, right, you keep on doing it, you just get better and better. So I think that's a good thing, yeah.
碰钉子肯定要有啦，但是没有碰钉子哪里知道什么叫成功呢？对不对？
So it's kind of like very hard for me, but then it's also a much more exciting path for me lah. Because when I grow old, then I'll think back like, hey, at least I started something. Yeah, so tell myself to keep going.